Shaking denotes God's action and the shaking of the earth that's taken place when God is at work amongst men. He shakes the nations. He shakes the people. He shakes the congregations. He shakes the churches. He shakes every foundation known to man when judgment comes. And the shaking means change is about to come. Not the change that people are looking for in society, but the change of men's hearts and minds. When the sifting and refining takes place, when inspection takes place, and all works will be seen and manifest for all to see. Yahweh getting the attention of people, tribes and nations to show his strength, to show he is God, to show he is the only God. And all things belong to him. And to show his might amongst people, to show his glory. Presently God is shaking the earth to remove what was to replace it with what will be. What that will be, no one knows. But by faith, we wait patiently for him to act on behalf of the sons and daughters, to rescue them, to deliver them. Salvation for all those faithful ones. But it does show the futility of man's ways when the Lord shakes the foundations. It shows that man's ways are nothing and futile, and all that they've planned and all that they've hoped for comes to nothing when those foundations sink in the sand. That which is not shaken shall remain, though things on a solid foundation. God's people cannot be shaken. They hide in the shadows of his wings as the shaking becomes more intense to get the attention of mankind. Shaking can remove, shaking can replace, change the established things to usher in a new perspective, thoughts and ideas and intentions for righteousness to dwell in the land once again. Surely during this season of unveiling, the hearts of many will inquire of God. But we know many will reject it, no matter what happens in the earth. And as the darkness increases, so too will the doom and gloom. And it will be difficult to find a way out. Man will be grasping in the darkness, looking for a way out and never finding it until they look for the light or inquire of the light. Positive attitudes can change in an instant, hope and despair to anguish. And from that anguish the Lord will reveal himself to those with contrite hearts and sorrow, and also to the proud, so they will become ashamed. Mankind cannot operate successfully without the Lord. And through Christ alone, the healing of hearts and minds can take place only through him. And while many are sleeping in spiritual slumber, God is not only shaking those, but those who reject him. Those who fell asleep spiritually, who at one time had a love, had a faith, had a fire and a passion for truth and righteousness at one time. But because of the things that come upon the earth, it disappears. And they fall silent. And the unacceptable things become acceptable. And that which is good and holy becomes unacceptable. The thunder and lightning of God's voice will cause fear to arise in the hearts of many. And they will seek death as a way out. And they won't find it. Because there is a reckoning. And still much shaking to come. And before an earthquake erupts, there are usually tremors. Like a pre-warning of the main event to come. And so too the shaking we're experiencing at this present time is a warning of the main event to come. Most will have not inclined their ears or their eyes or inquired to what the Lord can do to solve it, to sort it out, to help them, to deliver them. Because of pride. Because their idols are not able to deliver them from the things that come upon the earth. It's not quite dark enough or gloomy enough for the whole earth to admit that God is holy and righteous and true, and the earth belongs to him, and his will must be done. One way or the other, it will be done. And the Lord Jesus Christ will be magnified in all the earth.